co-main event here. So basically, tonight we're going to talk about TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs as a match, which is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. This match happened at the Survivor Series. It was one of the co-main events there. I think going in to the Survivor Series pay-per-view, it was all about Team Cena versus Team Authority. And the only thing to carry the minor undercard was Ambrose versus Wyatt. That match, basically, I don't know who was the agent of that match, but basically in my mind, I thought it played out horribly to try and hype us up to care anything about a Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose rematch at TLC. I think that the only thing that they cared about was getting over TLC as a whole. Basically, I think a lot of people, when they thought that WWE was going to be moving into giving the pay-per-views away for free, maybe calling them special events, that these would just be like special couple hours of wrestling a month. I don't know if it would be called Sunday night's main event or just Sunday night Raw or just something else to go along with it, but they've sort of kept the pay-per-view names to sort of give them a special feel along the way. But that's the one thing that sort of knocked it down a little bit in my mind. Ambrose and Wyatt, they got into the ring. They tore each other apart for a few minutes. Wyatt went to the outside from underneath the ring, grabbed a chair, and brought it into the ring, only for Ambrose to sort of intercept it and get it in his hands. Wyatt went right into the pose, just saying, "Go ahead and hit me. Hit me right there in the face with an unprotected chair shot," something that is never going to happen in WWE. Basically, Ambrose wasn't going to hit him, so as Wyatt started to get up, Ambrose changed his mind and did take the chair shot, but right into the gut. Nowhere near the face, nowhere near the head, playing it safe the way that we knew it was going to be. From there, Ambrose took the attack to Bray Wyatt after the ref called for the disqualification, pouring on Terry Funk style, chair after chair on top of Bray Wyatt, then bringing a table into play, putting Bray Wyatt through the table, bringing another table and putting Bray Wyatt on top of that, and climbing to the top of a ladder that was then brought into the ring. I don't know why he didn't jump off or why they didn't hype it up to give it that one little spot to really put it into it. But basically, I think WWE knew that this match didn't live up to the hype that was going down. By the time that the show was over, they had already put up the graphic on the screen, already signed, sealed, and delivered. TLC at the TLC pay-per-view is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in the TLC match, and I think that was the only way to sort of have a saving grace on what Survivor Series was for these two guys. Bray Wyatt, in my mind, is the guy that came into the WWE. Everyone was hooting and hollering, basically saying how good this guy was, how he was easily going to be a main event star. Some people have said that he hasn't really lived up to the hype of what's going down. A lot of people turned on him almost as soon as the Kane match at SummerSlam a year ago. It's hard for me to believe that the Wyatts have only been in the WWE for a year. But then again, a lot of the things like the Cena feud really didn't live up to the hype of what was going down in my mind. This feud to me even isn't really doing anything for me. We've seen these guys brawl. We've seen these guys, talk and talk and talk. But to me, honestly, I haven't seen them be able to really carry a match out. And I know that everybody was really hyped when Dean Ambrose jumped out of the back of that ambulance on Monday Night Raw. But honestly, in my mind, I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was very, very, easily expecting that he was going to be there. Somehow, some rumors squeaked out over the weekend that basically because of the attack on Ambrose at SmackDown, where I guess Bray Wyatt crushed Dean Ambrose's trachea or his I can't remember what it was. He crushed his throat. Basically Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat style. When that happened, people thought that he would be removed from the match to sort of, put Roman Reigns, to give him a way to be brought in to the WWE once again, so he'd be ready to roll for the Royal Rumble. Instead, basically they had Ambrose go out there and he's going to be the guy to be taking care of his own match. The whole feud being built up over Dean Ambrose smashing, Bray Wyatt's stupid rocking chair. I have no clue. They have yet to clue me in on why Bray Wyatt cares so much about this rocking chair, whether if it was, the rocking chair that his grandpa or his grandma used to sit out on the farm and rock in, or I don't know if Sister Abigail made this rocking chair. I've come up with 1,000 ideas in my mind why this rocking chair meant so much to Bray Wyatt, why he was basically brought to the point of almost crying when Dean Ambrose crushed it inside of the ring, and instead, we've got nothing. I know that both of these guys know that this match is probably one of the biggest matches that they've ever been in, that a lot of eyes are going to be on the WWE and the TLC pay-per-view because of the WWE Network, and with them being basically the co-main event, they're going to have to try their best to hold their own with this show, going into the Royal Rumble build for easily both of these guys to, see where they're going to be placed into the WrestleMania 31 picture. They really need to hold their own on this card. So I believe both of these guys are Triple H guys, and they're going to find a way to deliver during the show. So I'm looking forward to this being a really good match to basically rebuild my faith in Bray Wyatt and sort of put my faith that a lot of people have made me believe in Dean Ambrose, that he really can carry it and be really a huge star for WWE. So I am looking forward to this match. I am picking Dean Ambrose in this match just because of the fact of Bray hasn't got a big win in a long time, and the injury angle to Dean Ambrose. Of course, this is also the months after he took the cinder block curb stomp, crushing his skull from Seth Rollins. It's the second time he's been carted away in less than a year. Randy Savage, when he delivered the elbow drop off of the top rope, crushing Ricky the Dragon Steamboat throat into the guardrail. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was gone for the WWE. Nobody saw him for months, at least 4 to 5 months, before the big WrestleMania 3 match. Of course, that they would try to redo the spot during that match. Gorgeous George jumped in the way. Not Gorgeous George. George the Animal Steel, I apologize, jumping in the way and stopping Randy Savage from jumping off and crushing the throat again. So we're going to have to see. I'm picking Ambrose. Who you guys got in this one? We'll move on to the main event. John Cena versus Seth Rollins time. Coming up next.